So there's this guy, I think was Muhammad. He had 1 year of experience with PI, but what is it that he needed to do to get further in this and be a better expert in SAP integration? And if you have any good recommendations, do put them into the chat also. So one of the things he wanted was, yeah, what are the blogs, what are the content that's really things that would make the most impact on what he can do. So I think there's a few things here that's relevant, and one is my site PI course. I obviously wanted to share that one. So you can see it here, PI course. I do have a blog section. So obviously, if you're not familiar with SAP and have just used part of the things, I would recommend the mapping course and the B2B add-on course, and also the PO BPM course. If you haven't done that much SAP integration, these three courses is really good. You'll get certificates. And then there's my blogs. So I've created quite a few of these blogs about different questions that have come up in these parts. Yesterday I created one session about handling binary messages in PI. How do you do message mappings and stuff like that? So all of this was just converted into this blog, and that's a pretty good place to start doing these things. Other than that, you have it's called blogs.sap.com. Blog, yeah. And here, if you are able to filter on, it seems like it is zoomed. It is zoomed. We don't want that much zoom. Oh, that was already one down here. So obviously this is also a good place to start. Search for the tags, process orchestration. And see what some of these other guys is getting of errors here. Then there's the ISA-M methodology, and I think integration solution advisor methodology. So they did a session on it here, and they did a session on it also in the newest one. So I think this one has a lot of let's see if there's anything more public. So I think at least this is a good starting point to learn a little more about how to see architecture, what are the different components into an architecture. And here you would get access to a jam group where you can interact with other people that are doing integration in that perspective. Obviously, the certification is also pretty important for you to get access to what's going on. So if you don't know anything about these specific topics, that's obviously also a good place to start. Then besides all of this, I think some of the key areas to look into is cloud integration, what's going on there, cloud platform, figuring out how to use the API management solution, and SAP Cloud Integration, API management. Gateway would also be a good way to do. In PI, if you wanted to learn more, creating some custom adapter modules, some message mappings as we have in this demo just before on PI course. I think those would be some pretty good examples of way that you could leverage these skills and get more input from it. So I think that would be the best places to start learning a little more about what's going on and how to become a better developer. But obviously, it's also about creating some integrations and getting some feedback on it from different people. So in your organization, you most likely would have other people that you can say, hey, how do we deal with this? Is this okay? So it's a lot about the mentoring and feedback part there. If you don't, then find some external or an external consultant that could help you give this uncandid feedback, because if you're the only one in the organization, it becomes really difficult getting all of these different things to work and figuring out how can we deal with these things. So that's probably also a good idea to get this mentoring up and working, and pay someone or get someone else to get insight about what you have done. And then maybe have a look at some of the other integrations in the landscape, if they've been done by someone else, and see is this how you would do it, or would you do it differently? And obviously they could be done wrong, but at least it will give you some reflection about, is this done correctly, or could we have done this in a better way? So I do hope that helps.